Hello, and welcome here, or welcome back. Today I'm going to be riding my Suzuki TU250X along the northern end of Nova Scotia along the Fundy Coast. There's going to be a whole bunch of lighthouses to see along here, a lot of real squiggly roads, ups and downs, and high speed limits, and everything's going to be great. Look at this beautiful weather we're getting. Absolutely gorgeous here in New Brunswick now that we're in late May. The weather's finally turned around and I'm able to ride and really enjoy it. So this is awesome. So I've done a couple of really big rides on this motorcycle now. I've taken it back and forth to work a couple of times, riding in the evenings here and there. So I'm starting to get a really good feel for the way the shifting works, the way that it should accelerate, how to use the brakes properly. I locked up the front wheel a couple of times on loose gravel, and I'm not doing that anymore, which is great. So I'm starting to get a real good feel for this thing and just have an awesome time with it. So maybe you've already seen a couple of my videos before. I don't know you, I don't know your business, but if you have, and you see that I go to all these kind of random places, and if there's a spot that you think to yourself, man, this guy ought to go there, then please let me know. I've done most of the toury things around New Brunswick. You know, I've been to the Hopewell Rocks, I've been to the Acadian Village. Yeah, I've done these kinds of things. But if there's some spot that would really suit driving to in a motorcycle, please let me know, because I want to go see all of the cool things. That's my goal. That's what I like to do. So help me out. But now with those things said, I'm just going to kind of let the video do its thing. I'm not going to talk too much on this one. It was really beautiful scenery. I had a really great time. So I hope that you enjoy this. So thanks for checking it out. So I lived in BC until I was 27, and then came out here. And New Brunswick just doesn't have really much mountains in it. The northern end does a little bit, but I haven't really been around there. And I have not been to this part of Nova Scotia yet. But driving down just this one little section of road right here, for just a moment, I really got to feel like I was back in BC, and it really tugged at my heartstrings. And golly, you know? But this isn't what BC looks like. BC is much more impressive than this. But you know what BC doesn't have is beautiful ocean views. Actually, no, BC does have beautiful ocean views. Never mind. But what BC does not have is little Nova Scotian towns, because BC only has BC towns. But little Nova Scotian towns and little New Brunswick towns are much cuter than little British Columbian towns, because every dang little British Columbian town has to have a Timmy's in it, and it has to have a Walmart in it somehow, despite how tiny it is. And they just feel super corporate. But these little tiny New Brunswick and Nova Scotian towns, chef's kiss, delicious. I love them and they're beautiful. So there's a lot of things I like about the stock TU250 build. I think it's a really well-equipped motorcycle. However, the tires are absolute garbage. These tires on this gravel right here, as well as a couple of other spots where I've ridden on gravel, are absolutely terrible. And somebody in the last video commented you should get some dual sport tires, and I absolutely am, because this motorbike is absolutely terrifying to an unreasonable degree to ride on gravel. However, once I got off the gravel and back onto the road, I started doing these ups and downs, and this section of concrete was absolute primo dreamo. This was like maybe 100 kilometers of just absolutely wonderful roads. And I'm really sorry if a couple of these shots were a little bit repetitive of checking out the ocean, but everything on this road was absolutely gorgeous. So like, you know, what am I supposed to do? Just drive past it like this is all normal? No, man. It's way too pretty. Yeah, so I got a little bit of a mistake coming up here. I was going up this road, doing a fine pace, having a really great time. Kind of rounded this corner, and then I saw it got super chunky, and I thought, if I just keep my pace up, I'll be fine. But I wasn't.
Whoa! Ah! Fuck! All right.
I really can't believe it. Like, I totally dumped this thing on some pretty major rocks, and I got one little scratch along the mirror there, and a couple little scratches right at the tip of the tailpipe, which is, you know, I really couldn't care less. I'm just really glad I didn't like scratch at the tank or anything, and I didn't hurt myself. The bike was totally fine. My mirror was kind of loose for the rest of the day, but yeah, you know, that's just the cost of having a good time. Now, I really didn't do Parsboro, Nova Scotia justice in this video because the only shot I took of it was that statue of Glooskap. But Parsboro, Nova Scotia was a really nice town. It was a beautiful day, everybody was kind of out and about and having a nice time. It kind of had a really neat little small town feel to it, and it was really pretty. It had a lot of super old, well-kept historic buildings in it. So check it out. If you're in that area and want to check out a nice little Nova Scotian town. And it was by about this time that I started to get a little bit of rain. The forecast had been for all sunny skies and 20 degrees Celsius thereabouts. But the clouds really did come in, and it rained on me just a little bit. Not enough to make me mad though, or, you know, give me any problems. And rainbows never show up on camera that good, but this one was really pretty. So, you know, I'm sorry if you don't get a full sense of it. So after all that riding along the Fundy Coastline in Nova Scotia, I started to cross the mainland up through Wentworth. This is where the ski hill is, or the mountain bike park, depending on what your preferred seasonal sport is. But I absolutely love this highway. I've been down it a whole bunch of times on my car. This is the highway that you take if you don't want to pay the toll on the regular highway, which is like $2 or something. You know, I don't think you really save any money with the extra gas that you use by avoiding the toll. But this highway is way prettier than the toll highway, so I always take this one anyway. And then once I made my way north up through Wentworth, ended up in Pugwash, Nova Scotia, which is not a very special town. I don't think there's anything terribly noteworthy about it, but I just really love it. I don't know what it is, man. Like, you know, sometimes you just show up in a place and it's beautiful. It just speaks to you. And I like Pugwash, Nova Scotia for some reason. I would never live there. I'm not gonna. It's way too small and there's nothing there, but it is really pretty. Well, you know, once I got up through Pugwash, up to these last lighthouse and through these last couple of churches, going up the coastline along Northumberland Strait, that's basically the end of my journey. You know, I got home after that. I'm at 197 subscribers, which is just so awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really glad that you enjoy watching this, because I really enjoy making it. And I hope that you get out and do your own adventure, because there is just so much out there to check out. No matter where you live, you don't live somewhere that's lame, all right? You live in an exciting place, and go check it out.